Yo, my name is James McCool. I am the owner of PayDirtDFS.com. This isn't really a paydirt-oriented video, but it's more about the industry at large. And the Rotogrinders layoffs situation just kind of has me, I don't know, I guess inspired to talk about business dynamics and what this all means and why it's happening and kind of the industry as a whole and why this sucks so bad, I guess. And this doesn't necessarily directly affect me, right? I mean, me and Pater, like we're fine. I do have my show that I end up doing over at Rotogrinders Mondays with McCool. I do it with Blender. That stuff's not going to be happening anymore. Don't worry about that. We're going to continue to do that, whether that is done at PayDirt or on Blender's channel. We'll have some info on that later on. But it doesn't really affect me, but it does affect a lot of people that I care about. And because I'm good friends with Cheese is Good, Dave Potts. I am friends with Blender. I have a good working relationship with a lot of people at RG. I know Dave Kitchen. I've talked to Cam McMillan. I've talked to. I have worked with or around Rotogrinders for a long time, and Rotogrinders is the reason why I'm in this industry, right? I started off on Rotogrinders writing a free blog post for NFL. It was anywhere between 10 and 15,000 words, and I wrote it weekly and wrote it for free. And I wrote it because I really loved the analysis part of things. And the content was fine. It was okay. But it wasn't that good. And I have come a long way since that. And the reason why I'm in this industry is because of it. After I had written it for a couple months straight, I had won some awards on it. And then I got hired over at Daily Roto. And now I'm here with my own company, and I just think that it sucks to see kind of like a hallmark of the industry be shut down and shelled down to basically bare bones because an equity company took a bad bet. So for those of you that do not know what happened is Better Collective, who bought Rotogrinders, ended up having a bad quarter and then shutting down their forward-looking earnings and projecting a really bad 2025. They were projecting this stuff out because their bet on the Brazilian betting markets ended up being wrong. The Brazilian betting markets were really low. There's a whole article on this out there on Better Collective. But the point is that Better Collective basically took a 40% stock hit, and because of that, they're trimming all their assets. And this is what happens with equity companies. And so what we're seeing now is they're like, okay, well, I guess we'll just get rid of anyone that we're actually paying regular money to and shell out the company and then just make money off of referrals and SEO content, which is super fucking shitty, man. Like that really, really sucks to see, especially for such a cornerstone in the industry. So Squirrel Patrol is gone. A lot of the main company guys are gone. The HR guys are gone. And they're basically just going to try to make money off of subscriptions to their tools and off of SEO content. And what we end up seeing now is a company that is going to go the same way as Fantasy Labs and Action Network. And for those in the industry, we look at those companies as not shit. I mean, I can't remember the last time that I went to Fantasy Labs for anything other than one single page where you can see Vegas odds. I can't tell you the last time that I went to Action Network, point blank, period. And they've been a laughing stock because of the Darren Rovell situation, right? So, I mean, now we see that Rotogrinders is going to kind of go down that same path. And I don't necessarily think that this should be some sort of a warning against private equity or whatever. Like in regular private markets, equity companies do this and equity firms do this. And it's a really nice exit strategy for CEOs. But eventually in a company like this, where you have to treat a DFS company and a sports betting company as a SaaS company that owns IP and distributes its product and lets people use that product for a price, like that, when it gets shelled like this, So many people are going to look at Rotogrinders and just find it absolutely not credible anymore and not want to use it. And even though they do have IP and they still have tools and they still have ways of making money and making revenue, and there's still people that are going to find it valuable, like Lineup HQ is probably still going to work. Their Sims products are probably still going to work. Most of their tools are probably still going to work. Like, their content is shot. And one of the things about this industry that I don't think they understand, at least the equity firm Better Collective doesn't understand, is that personality and content creators are massively valuable for selling the tools and giving reputation to the tools. I have really good tools over at PayDirt, but I don't have a voice or a speaker to tell people, go use the tools. Here's how well they work. I don't have a squirrel patrol to, tell them how good the tools are and then post screenshots for using the tools, right? Without the content creators and without the reputation of the content creators to make sure that people understand and utilize the tools to their best performance, the tools don't matter. So they're going to find out really, really quick that, this kind of thing is not going to give them, and trimming the fat in this way, since DFS companies are kind of like a marketing content SaaS hybrid. If you cut all of your marketing and content, the SaaS doesn't really matter, right? So it just sucks to see. And, I'm just kind of feeling some type of way because I got my start there. And to anybody who was working at Rotogrinders and now does not have a way to produce the content that they love, I would be happy to talk to you and see if we could set something up. Because I know that it sucks to have your passion kind of ripped out from underneath you. And for those that did have that happen, I'm so sorry this is happening to you. Layoffs suck, and I'm sure that most of you are going to land on your feet. A lot of the really good content creators are going to still maintain and still find a voice and find a product. But there's a lot of people behind the scenes that it's not that easy. Like videographers and editors and HR people, like the people who are behind the inner workings of Rotogrinders. That's not an easier job to just step out of and find a new one. So I just think that it sucks. I just wanted to put together a short video and say that it sucks. If anybody wants to keep talking about it, come find me in the PayDirt Discord or comment under this video if you want to. But yeah, it just sucks, and fuck Better Collective for doing this. So yeah, I hope that it doesn't end up as bad as Fantasy Labs or Action Network, but I'm pretty worried that it's going to. So pour one out, rip Rotogrinders. Gonna put that as a hashtag on Twitter, but just wanted to put out a little video saying that that it sucks. So yeah. Anyway, gonna get back to working on making things awesome, but yeah, if anybody wants to talk about it, my DMs are open. So